This conference will now be recorded.
So yesterday we have seen how to configure the material type as well as material group. Now we'll see how to create a material master. So to create a material master, these are all the related to the T codes. These are all the T codes which are related to the material master. MM01 is a transaction code to create a material master. MM02 is to change. MM03 is to display. We'll check one by one. Okay, how it will work. So let me log into the SAP, and this is the SAP screen, and we also have a path to create a material as well as T codes. Here the path I have mentioned in the document file. So let me go into the path, go to logistics, click on material management, then after material master, then after material, then create. Here you can see the creation for the material is MM01. Double click on the MM01, and industry sector we need to select, and I have already explained how to configure the industry sector as well as material. And material we can select as per the so let me select the material type as a raw material. So we need to select the views, what and all the mandatory views we need to select. So I will explain each view when it comes to the that concept. Okay, MRP1, MRP2, MRP3, these and all views I will explain. And as of now, these are what I'm selecting, the views are mandatory, and you guys will learn one by one in the future classes. Okay, so I have just selected the few views, and click on the organization level, give the plant which we created, and give the storage location 0001, and click enter. And here we have to give the description and base units of measure. So base units of measure will be used to measure the stock of the material. So if you want to see the type of units of measure, we can click on the square box and we can see the type of units of measure which is already predefined by the SAP. So as of now, I'm just selecting each, and material group which will be used to group the material. And for that I'm select here also few of the material groups are already predefined by the SAP, and I already explained how to configure the material group even. Okay, so as of now I'm just selecting the material group as 0001 and the whole number. If a client before you he is not into SAP, now he wants to move to the SAP. So why will use this old material? This if you maintaining this old material, that will be that will be used as the reference to the core team. Okay, so and explain material status. By using this, we can block the material. We can block the material by using the explain material status. And division will be used to divide the material as per the usage. Okay, and purchasing group we have to maintain. And see this one quality free goods free good discount. So if you are maintaining this one, we will specifying whether this material is subjected to the discount or not. So you just click on the binary button, you can see the type of whether the we can select the discount, like if you select this one, it is not eligible for any discount. If you select this one, it is eligible for the discount in the kind of purchasing order, purchasing and sales. Likewise we can we can give the discount. We can specify the discount by using this quality free good service discount. So you can see here batch management. So batch management, we have some industries like right? Like what type of industries we have? For example, um, food industries we have, pharma industries also we have, chemicals, cosmetics, and healthcare and retail. In this a type of industries, most of the materials are subjected to the batch management. Okay, if we toggle this batch management, we have to take the decision being creating the material master itself. Okay, so you can observe, for example, if you go and check any if a water bottle, if you go to some retail shop, if you check the water bottle there, you can see the batch number, right? So batch number as well as expiry date, all dates printed on that water bottle cover. So if you are maintain for that type of materials, for that type of industry sectors, we have to maintain the batch management. Okay, purchasing value key, if you are maintaining this purchasing value key, we are giving the reminders to the buyer. Okay, uh, GR processing time. So GR processing time will define the time will the time will take for the inspection of the stock. Okay, let me maintain as a 3. And post to inspection stock. So post to inspection stock, we have two types of quality inspection of the material will be done in a two ways. One is with the quality inspection lot creation. And so we have two types of inspection stock. Okay, one is with the quality inspection stock, and other one is with the quality inspection lot creation. And second one is without quality inspection lot creation. Okay, without. So we have two types of inspection stocks. One is with quality inspection lot creation, and another one is without quality inspection lot creation. So if you are activating this one, then that particular material is subjected to the with inspection stock. Okay, so this is the importance of this field. And let me go into the next screen. And the storage bin as well as picking area will be managed by the warehouse. And temperature conditions as well as storage conditions, as I said in the before screen, I have explained about a few industries, like industries. We have few types of industry sectors, like retail, cosmetics, pharma. Okay, so for example, if you take the pharmaceutical industries, few of the medicines will be preserved in a, we have to maintain in some temperature conditions. And okay, and also some storage conditions. If you are not or not maintain those conditions, then it will be, if it is exposed to some heat or something, then it will become a poison. So that is the reason purpose we have to maintain this temperature conditions as well as storage conditions. So next one is unit. Here you can see, right, units of issue. So units of issue is specifies the how much stock. For example, we can say like a it will specify the stock of the material we are procuring, like tons or else pieces. Okay, that it will be defined. Okay, so valuation class. So valuation class, I will explain what is valuation class in today's class itself. And moving average price controller. So here, we have two types of price controller. One is the standard price, and another one is the moving average price. For raw materials, generally we use the moving average price. Okay, not generally, we will take the moving average price. Okay, then I'm just maintaining the moving average price as 100. Okay, and what is the difference between this moving average price and standard price? I will explain now. So for example, we have created a material by maintaining a standard prices 100, and when it comes to PO, we have maintained for that particular material the price is 120. Okay, so what is the price difference between the material master and the PO price? That is 20 rupees. So this price difference will be loaded in one condition. Okay, one, that is a price difference account, that is the transaction key called PRD is the transaction key. So this price difference will be loaded on the price difference account. And in a coming to the moving average price, like we have maintained a material price is 100 rupees in the material master, and when it comes to PO, we have created a PO for 120 rupees. Okay, so now the price difference, whatever the price difference is there, so that will be loaded on the material, but in the standard price it will be loaded on separate account, that is called a price difference account. Okay, but it is comes to the moving average price, the price is loaded on the material itself. So to calculate the moving average price, we have one formula, that is the moving average price equal to total value of the material by total quantity. For example, we have procured a material, 10 material, the cost is 200 rupees. Okay, so each material cost is 20 rupees. And again, we have procured a material, same material for quantity is 10, and now the total quantity is 250, and each material cost is 25 rupees. So as per the formula, we can see moving average price equal to total value of the materials. So total value is 200 plus 250, right? By total quantity, 20 quantity we have purchased. Okay, equal to 450 by 20. So if we divided by 450 by 20, the price, moving average price is 25.5 rupees. So these 22.5 rupees will be loaded on the material. So this is the difference between the moving average price and standard price. So if someone asks you and ask you for the difference between the moving average price and standard price, you can tell the price difference will be in the standard price, the price difference will be loaded on the price difference account, but in the moving average price, the price difference will be loaded on the material. So this is the difference between the moving average price and the standard price. Okay, I will explain what is the price controller. Okay, uh, base units of measure, yes. Okay, now as of now I'm just saving the material. Don't worry, I will explain each and every field and each every view, because if I explain all these things at a time, you guys will get confused. So that's the reason I'm just explaining only few views and few fields, because if that is the main things we have to learn at the beginning stage. Okay, so I'm just I'm just saving and just click on it. And this is the material type, material number which we have created. Okay, yeah. Now I'll just go to path. Now I will do some changes in the material. So to do changes in the material, this is the same path. So here you can see change and double click on MM02, or else you can go to MM02 directly. So this is the material which is previously we created. If you want to find the material, if you don't know, then we have to click on that binocular matter. If you know the material description, you just give the material description. So this is the material description which we have maintained. See, these are all the materials which are maintained under with that material name. Okay, material description. Okay, so if you don't description, if you know, like here you can see material by whole number. You just click on this and give the whole number, which what we have maintained 1 2 3 4 5 6, right? So you just give that whole number and you can find the list of materials with that whole numbers. Okay, so likewise we can even check with the material type, like these and all the facilities we have, we can check with this. Okay. So this is the material which we created, and I want to do some changes. So let me select. See here, these views are selecting by default because I have selected these default settings. Okay. Organization level, and give the plant and storage location, and just go click enter, and old number give it as some what we call XYZ. Okay. And cross division, I have maintained a division. So 2 changes we have made. Okay. And GR processing time, I'm giving it as a 10 days. Okay. And I'm giving some discount. Okay. Pricing valuation key also I am maintaining. So what is the purpose of maintaining valuation key? It will be give the reminders to the buyer. GR processing is for the inspection time. Okay. Post to inspection type, we have 2 tests: with lot creation, without lot creation. So if it's activate, then it will be with lot inspection. Okay. So temperature conditions I am maintaining 0 1, and this also I am maintaining as 0 1. Okay. Now I'm just changing the valuation class. I will explain now what is the valuation class and everything. I'm giving the other valuation class, that is 7020. Before that it is 70710. Okay. Just select enter and save it. Okay. These are all the changes we have made. So this to display the material master, you can go back and you can see here display. You can see here MM03. Okay. So like same wise, if you don't know the material what we have created, you can check by the material description, and whatever the options we have here, based on that we can check. Okay. So as of now I know the material, that's the reason I don't want to waste time. I already explained how to search. So I'm just selecting, and default, why we got the default view selected, because of selecting default settings. So click on organization level and give the plant and give the storage location, enter. And this is how we can this is how we can by using MM3 the material master will be displayed. So the next one is we'll see a list of changes we have made. Okay. To display list of changes, the transaction code is MM04. We can go to that path also, there won't be any problem. And if you just give the material number, or else a plant you can do. Okay, what and all details if you have, you can give. As of now I'm just giving the plant and the material, and just execute. And you can see here MM0 is for to change, and MM01 is the creation. So at what time you have created the material, it is we created it at this point of time, and the changes we made after 4 minutes. Okay, you just select this one MM02 and click on this choose button, and you can see here the list of changes we have made. Previously the old number is 1 2 3 4 5 6. After that this is XYZ. And purchasing value key, before first when we are creating material master we didn't maintain anything, but here you can see we have maintained as 1. Okay, see here goods receipt processing time we have maintained previously 3. Now after we have maintained 10. Old number we have this one valuation class we have maintained first 0710, and then after we can we have maintained 0720. So this is how we can see the list of changes by using the transaction code MM04. So if you want to extend the material to some other plant and the storage location, okay, you have to go to MM01, okay, and give the material number which we have created. So this is the material we have created, and just click enter and select the views and click on organization level. And previously at what is the plant we have maintained? The plant is 1313, right? Now I want to uh, uh, you know, this plant, I want to extend this material to some other plant, okay, and the storage location is 1010. Just give me the enter and see here the message type. We can see the material already exists to the will be extended, okay. So this is how we need to extend, and let me give the details, okay. GR processing, storage bin, yeah. So this is how we need to extend the material, okay. So likewise, if you want to extend only under one plant, we have one more T code is called MMSC. I'll just show you here. So we have one more code, transaction code is MMSC. It is used to extend the material to different storage locations, okay. Sorry, two different storage locations, okay, under the same plant, okay, but extend extension of extend the material for the different plants and different storage location. We can use the transaction code MM01, but MMSC will be used only to extend the storage location within the same plant. I have mentioned as the note also, okay. So MMSC is used to extend the storage location under same plant, okay. So let me go and show you one example. Let me go to MM02, and this is the material type, material number, okay. These are all the views I need to say, maintain, okay. The plant is 1313, okay, and the storage location is before that, let me go and show you the movement, storage locations. The transaction code is to check the storage location OX09. So this is the plant. Under the plant we have 0001, 0002, 0003. These are all the plants storage locations we have under the plant 1313, right? So let me show you how to extend the material to the other storage locations also, okay. So let me go to MM02, and this is the material number. These are all the views we have selected, and click on organization level, give the plant, okay. Let me give you the storage location, okay, 0003. Before that we didn't maintained, okay, we maintained 0001. Now I am just extending to the material to the storage location 0003 under plant 1313. Just click on enter. See here we got the message, material 333 something 2 does not exist at the storage location 0003 at the plant 1313. So the material is not extended. So for this, if you want to extend the material to the other storage location within the same plant, we need to use the transaction code MMSC, okay. So see here, give the material and plant. See here, if you activate this, uh, then what and all the storage locations we have under this plant, to that all the storage locations, that material will be extended. So if you want to select only particularly few storage locations, then we need to select this one. Just click this one and click enter and give the storage location 3003. So we are extending this material to the storage location. Okay, just click enter and save it. So now functions carried out. So now we'll go and check in MM02. See here, this is the material, right? So these are all the views. Give the plant, and now the storage location is 3003. So now see whether we will get the error or not. See, we didn't get any error. Okay, system is allowed us to extend. See here, the data already which is maintained. See the data. So just save it, and the no changes, and we just saved. Okay, so this is how we need to extend the material to the other storage location under the same plant. So okay, next transaction code MM50. MM50 will be used to extend the material view. As of now, we have seen, right, how to extend the material to the storage location under the plant, and also we have seen how to extend the material to the other plant as well as other storage locations. Now we will see how to extend the views. Okay. So for that, let me go and create one material. For example, I'm just going to MM01, and I have given the industry sector as mechanical and material type as raw material, and just selecting. And I just want to maintain. I'm just maintaining purchasing data as well as purchasing. Sorry, basic data as well as purchasing. Okay, I'm just maintaining two views. That is basic data as well as purchasing. Okay, just click on organization and give the plant. Give the base units. Base units, why we will use? Base units will be used to measure the stock. Material group, old number. If you want, you can maintain, but here we have to maintain because when we perform the field selection, we have keep it old number as a mandatory. So that's the reason. So division, if you maintain the you know why we'll maintain this, it will be used to segregate the use of the material. Okay, so by using this we can block the material. Okay, division will be used to divide the material as per the usage. Keep it in mind, every field is important. If you go to interview and they will ask what and all the fields you will find under the basic one, basic data one view, then you have to tell basic units of measure, material group, whole number, division, explain material status. These and all views, they no need of explaining each and each and every field. It's we have to remember few fields. Okay, purchasing group, that's it. So these are, see, I have maintained the purchasing view as well as basic data view. So by using MM50 we can extend the material view. Okay, I'm just going to MM50, and here you can see here for basic data we have a material status as K, which is already predefined, and purchasing also we have purchasing is E. Okay, now we want to maintain some accounting view. Okay, you have to select a B. Okay, and also if you want to maintain some other views, okay, just go like this and select the storage L. Okay, so what and all we are going to extend now, accounting as well as the plant views are we are extending. Okay, just execute, give the plant. Okay, here just select and maintain material details, and by this you can maintain accounting view. Okay, before that I didn't maintain this valuation accounting view. Okay, just select and you can you can save it. Likewise we can extend the material. Okay, this field whole number material is defined as per the required, it does not contain entry. Okay, this is how we need to extend the material view. Okay, I got some error, that is not a big deal. Once you you go to that screen, you will get an idea. There is no issue in that. Okay, and one more time, yeah, there is a one more transaction code, that is MMA1. So MMA1 will be used to change the material type. Okay, change the material type. I will explain it clearly. Okay, as of now you just remember these transaction codes as well as path. Okay, very important transaction codes. Okay, this will be used to change the material type. Okay, when we will change the material type, the end user may create a wrong material type. So at that time, there are few prerequisites we need to do. Okay, we have to check for the zero inventory, and there are few things we need to check. That and all I will explain. Okay, as of now you just remember and practice till mm50 what and all I have explained. Okay, uh, but keep it in mind, to change the material type we'll use the transaction code MMA1. Okay, I will explain. Okay, this is all about the material master. Okay, now we will start the new concept called automatic account determination, that is nothing but an integration with FI. Okay, so now we'll see what integration with FI. And see guys, integration will start now, and in the integration we'll see what is automatic account determination. So what is automatic account determination? So automatic account determination means which will determine the GL accounts automatically. Okay, automatic account determination means which will determine GL account automatically. Okay, so what is a GL account? What is GL account? So GL account means where all the expenses will be loaded. Where all will be loaded is what called as a GL account. Okay. So how the GL accounts will be determined automatically? Will be, see, there will be a hierarchy. We'll see based on that hierarchy, GL account will pick automatically. We'll see what is that hierarchy. Okay. So the hierarchy is material. The second one is material type. Guys, it's a very important concept. Please focus. Material group. Movement types. Plant. Valuation area. Valuation grouping code. Or we also call it as valuation modifier. Valuation class. Transaction keys. Or else we also called as account key. So we have a different transaction keys. Okay, like a BS. They will ask you in the interview questions, what are the transaction keys we have? You have to tell BSX. What is BSX? Inventory posting. Guys, don't be scared. Initially it will be difficult only, you know, you if you start practicing, this is the most easiest module. Okay, seriously. And you know, you will, so don't lose your, you know, be you know, be focused and practice. This is the easiest module, and you know, you will get some kick even. You won't get all these things in other modules if you work. So the second one is WRX. WRX is for GRIR clearing account. GRIR clearing account. GBB. I will explain. Okay, each transaction key. Okay, it is for offsetting entry. And the next one is PRD. PRD I explained the price difference. Okay. Okay. So these are all the transaction keys we have. So if they ask you in the interview, you have to tell these transaction keys. What are the transaction keys we have? Okay. So next one is account modifier. Or else we can also call it as a general modifier. The next one is chart of account. So these are the hierarchy. We, you know, by this hierarchy, the GL account will pick automatically. So, okay. So I will explain it in a, you know, how I will explain it now. Okay. So these are all the hierarchy we need to satisfy. Okay. Okay. So we'll go to the configuration now. I will explain. Okay. Each by going into this, I will explain. Okay. I can't, I'm not interested, you know, by first I don't want to teach the some theoretical, then I don't want to show practicals. I'm if I explain some theoretical, then if I show some practical, then it will be more clear instead of explaining first theoretical, then explaining some practical. Okay, so that's the reason. Okay, so so we'll see what is automatic account determination. Automatic determination will be determined the GL accounts automatically. So what is GL account? GL accounts where all expenses will be loaded. Okay, this is the hierarchy how the GL account will be picked. Okay, so now let us go to the screen, go to the transaction code, I mean path SPRO, go to SAP reference IMG. See here you can see material management, then after valuation and account assignment, then after account determination, then after account determination without wizard. Okay, this is the path. Okay, let me type it here, path. Guys, please be focused. Okay, path. So SPRO IMG material management, valuation, account assignment, account determination, and account determination without wizard. So this is the path. Okay, so if we want to go to directly to this valuation account assignment, the transaction code is OLMW. Okay, let me show you that. OLMW. So see here, account valuation and account assignment. So you can go directly here. Okay, OLMW. Okay, so then after where we have to go, account determination and account determination without wizard. Okay, before this is the path. Okay, before that, okay, I just want to show you one step. Actually, I forgot. So for that, where we have to go? We have to go to SPRO, SAP reference IMG, and go to enterprise structure, definition, logistic general. Okay, here you can see define valuation level. Okay, so execute this. So here you can see valuation level, valuation area is at plant, and valuation level is at company code. If we activate this valuation area is the plant level, so the material the price of the material will be differs from the plant to plant. Okay, for example, don't take it as a first step, and take it as this one is the first step. Okay, step 1. So the path is SPRO IMG enterprise structure, definition, logistic general, and define valuation level. Okay, to go to the transaction code to go to the define valuation level directly is OX14. Okay, T code is OX14. OX14. Okay, so here what we have to do, we have to maintain the valuation area at plant level as well as or else company code level. So if you are maintaining, see here it is selected at plant level. So if we activate at the plant level, so what will happen? So for example, we have a company code, one company code. Okay, that is 1000. Okay, company code is 1000. company code 1000 we have. Okay, so under this company code we have 100 plans. Okay, plans, we have 3 plans. Okay, 3 plans. Okay, that is plant 1000, plant 2000, plant 3000. Okay, we have one company code. Under that we have 3 plants. If we maintain the valuation area at plant level, okay, then the price will be, you know, will the price, the valuation of the price will be takes place at the plant level. Okay, so in this case the price of the material will be maintained, will be the price will be will be differs from the plant to plant, and the price will be, you know, what we call okay, yeah, the price of the material will be differs from the plant to plant if we maintain the valuation area at plant level. Okay, so we have a 100 company code 1000. Under that we have 3 plants. If we maintain the valuation area at plant level, so the value will be differs from the plant to plant, and the price of the value, the valuation of the material will be maintained individually at the plant level. Okay, so next one is valuation level is company code. Okay, we have one company, let us say 1000. Okay, we have under one company we have like a 3 company codes. Okay, company codes, what we call 1000, 2000 and 3000. If we maintain valuation area at company code level, so under that one company code we may have a different n number of plans. Let us say under this one company code. Okay, for example, company code. Okay, so this is the company code. Okay, this is the valuation level at plant level. Company code level. Okay, so we have one company, and under that we have company codes 1000, 2000, 3000. Under one company code 1000 we have 10 plants. So if we maintain valuation area at company code level, then the price will be same for all the plants under one company code. Okay, but here see, if you maintain the valuation area at plant level, the price will be differs from the plant to plant. They can maintain their own valuation area. Okay, so that is about the valuation area is at plant level and valuation area at company code level. Okay, what is a valuation area? Okay, where the valuation of the material will be takes place. Okay, valuation area, where valuation of the material will takes place is what called the valuation area. Okay, so what is valuation area? Where the valuation of the material will be takes place. If you maintain the valuation area at plant level, so the value of the material will differ from the plant to plant. or if you maintained at the company code level, then the price of the material, okay, will be same for all the plants under the same under the company code. Okay, so by mistake we have activated, instead of activating valuation area at plant level, we have activated the valuation company code. Okay, then what we need to take, we can't do anything, we need to get the approvals. Okay, and from the client side we need to get the approval, and we need to contact the AppAppers and we need to do the configuration again. Okay, so now it is maintained at the valuation area is a plant level. Okay, this is the first step we need to do, and second step is step 2. We'll see the step 2 now. So this is the step 2. So account determination, SPRO, or I'll just go to OLMW, account determination without hazard, and define valuation control, execute. See here, valuation grouping code activate, valuation grouping code is not activate. So if we activate this one, then system will allow us to group the valuation areas. Okay, if we are not activated the valuation grouping code, then system will not allow us to group the valuation areas. So I'm just activating the valuation grouping code. Okay, and I'm just saving. Just come back, save, and define. First step is valuation area, define valuation control, right? Yeah, so valuation control, define valuation control. Okay, this is the step. So here what we have done, we are activating the valuation grouping code. Okay, so what will happen if you are not activating, system will not allow us to group the valuation area. Okay, so next step is grouping together valuation area. So previously what we did, we grouped the valuation areas, we have activated the valuation grouping area. If we are not activate, then system will not allow us to group the valuation areas. Okay, so now we are what the second step, grouping together valuation area. Next step is grouping together valuation area. Okay, this is the second step. So here what we will do, see here we have a valuation areas, company codes, company name, and chart of accounts. Okay, valuation area, as I said, where the valuation of the material will take place is called the valuation area, and most of the cases we will use valuation area as a plant. Okay, so what is our, let us say like a, this is the company code 1011111100 okay, under this company code we have a 3 valuation areas. Okay, nothing but the plants we have a 3. Okay, so if we are grouping these valuation areas, we can reduce the number of GL accounts. Okay, so if we are not grouping these valuation areas, what will happen, we'll see. Okay, so as of now I'm just grouping the valuation areas. Okay, so how I'm grouping the valuation areas, I am grouping the valuation areas which are having the same attributes. Okay, so here what we are performing, we are grouping the, we have to group the valuation areas having same attributes. Okay, okay, Hmm.
Hello.
So what is our valuation area? Plant 1313. Okay. So I'm just giving as a valuation area as 1000. Okay. We can give anything. Okay. So
Sir,
click
what is
enter.
the
See
name
here
of group
what I
of
did here.
area?
I name it as a I group the valuation areas. Okay. Valuation area is nothing but a plant. Generally we use the valuation area as a plant. Okay. So I'm just saving. Okay. Okay. Next to go back and define valuation class. So here see account category reference. So what is account category reference? I will explain. Okay. So here we will be having one account category reference for the each material type. Okay. So here the third step is define valuation class. Okay. So first one what we perform, what we are going to perform, that is account category reference, right? Account account category reference. Okay. So for each material type will be having one material, one account category reference. For each will have one material, one account category reference. ACR. I'm just giving as a short form as ACR. Okay, don't use. Okay, I'm just using to save time. Okay. So click on new entities. Account category reference. Let me give as the 10113. Okay. And give me the description as account ACR for raw material. Already exit. Give me as 1022. Save it. So what is the valuation grouping code we have used? That is the 1000, right?
1000. Yes, sir, 1000.
So this is the 1000 and account category reference 10
Double
11.
one.
So this is the account category
Yes, sir.
reference. Okay. So if I each material type will be having one account category reference. Okay. So next step we'll see. Next go back. See here. This is the account category reference which we have created. So next one is valuation class. So valuation class. So what is the valuation class? Valuation class. Next one is valuation class. So what is the valuation class? Valuation class will be group the material which are having the same account determination. Okay, which will group the material is having same account determination. Okay. Same account determination. So one account category reference can have a multiple valuation classes. Okay, one account category reference can have multiple valuation classes. Okay, but okay, valuation classes generally we will have based on number of material groups. Okay, okay. So account category reference can have a multiple valuation classes, but valuation classes generally we have based on the number of valuation groups we have. Okay, so for example, let us say like I have material groups as under raw material type. I have material type, we have ROH. Okay, that is raw material, right? So under that raw material we will have a material groups. Let us say we have a three material groups. Okay, three groups we have. Let us say like electronics, and the second one is what we call, okay, some spares. For example, I'm saying spare parts. So we have two types of electronic groups. Okay, so for material type we have a two material groups. Okay, for each material group we'll have one valuation class. Okay, for this material class, for this material group, electronic material group will have one valuation class. And for the spare parts itself we'll be having the one valuation class. So by having the valuation class for each material group will be used for the reporting purpose. By having valuation class for each material group will be used for reporting purpose. Okay, next point. So for each valuation class, we can have multiple GL accounts. GL accounts. Okay. We can have multiple GL accounts. For example, I have a material group, electronics. For this material electronics valuation class, there is a one valuation class, right? Okay. So for this valuation class, I can have a multiple GL accounts. For example, okay. For example, let me show you example. Valuation class. I have one valuation class. Okay. So let's say like I have procured material. All test material we have done, right? I'll take the example. Test material. Test material, that is so this is the material, not this one. You know, we have one material, okay, which we created is 000. This one is the material which we created, right? So this is the material we created. So for this material, we have one value, one group. You know, let me go into this screen. So see here, for this material, we have one material group. Okay, we have one material group. That is 001. Okay, what is that material? What is that material group? We'll see. So that is metal. Okay, this is the material group metal. Metal material group. Okay. And here, if we go to accounting view, we can see we have one valuation class. That is accounting view. We have to go accounting one view. So you can see we have one valuation class. That is 0710. Okay, that is a valuation class. Okay. So see here, for one material, we are having one material group, and one material group also we are having a, you know, one valuation class. Sorry. Here, one material we are having a one material group. Okay. But one material group, we can have a valuation classes, multiple valuation classes based on the material groups. Okay. If we have like a, you know, one material is having a 5 material groups, then we have 5 valuation classes. Okay. So for each valuation class, we can have a multiple GL accounts. Okay. We can have multiple GL accounts. Multiple GL accounts, right? So what, why we are having a multiple GL accounts for the each valuation class, we will see now. So we have procured this material, that is material something 3, 2, right? So once we procure the material, what we will do with this material? We can do some activities. What kind of activities we'll do? For example, we may we will order the material. Okay, we will order the material. Okay, so vendor will send the material and we will receive the material. First thing is we will receive the material. First thing, this material we receive from the vendor. First, receive from the vendor. So once we receive from the vendor, what we will do? We can consume this material, right? We can use this material. Okay. Then after consumption, we'll perform. Okay. If not, if the material is damaged, okay. So what we will do if the material is damaged, what we'll do? It will be scrapped, right? So then we have a scrap. So there might be a chance of if you want to transfer the stock, then we can also transfer the stock. Okay. So transfer the stock, and also finally we can sales also we can done, right? So see here, once we procure the material, once we receive the material, okay, we can consume the material, we can keep it as a scrap, or else we can transfer the stock, or also we can sell the material. Okay. So for each activity will be maintain a different we will be maintaining a GL accounts. So here see, for one material we can perform these many activities we can perform, right? Receiving from the vendor, consumption, scrap, transport, stock, and sales. So by maintaining a GL account for each activity, so if we go for if you are doing a month-end activities, then we'll came to know, how much how much we spent on the receiving this particular material, and how much we consumed and how much we scrapped the material, transfer stock of the material. These details will be, will get clearly by maintaining the GL accounts for the each activity. Okay. So receiving of the vendor may have, for example, 101. Okay. Consumption, I am using for the consumption with the movement type 201. I will tell you what is the movement type. Okay, the scrap and transport request. Okay. So this is the purpose of having the each valuation class. This is the purpose of having a different GL accounts for the same valuation class. Okay. So now we'll see. So valuation class we didn't maintain. Oh, it's long. I think it is in the previous game. So this is the valuation class. So we can maintain. Okay. Let me delete few of the things. Guys, don't delete anything. This is the idea server, so that's the reason I'm just deleting it. So click on new entries, and as you see here, I have one account category reference can have multiple valuation classes. Okay, one valuation class. Let me give 1000, 2000. Account category 1011, right? 1011. So I want to maintain this valuation class for the material group. Reference for electronics. Okay. So this one is for spares, some spares. Okay. So I have maintained the valuation class. So one account category reference, I have maintained a different valuation classes. Okay. guys, 1 second. Consumption, this is for receive, and this will maintain as a scrap electronics. And this one, transport stock electronics, 5,000. And this I'm using as a sales electronics. Okay, see here. Okay, so see here, I have maintained one account category reference for one for 5 valuation classes. I have maintained a one account category reference for one material group. Okay, this let us say like a or else let me do one thing. SPRO IMG logistic journey. So see here, settings for key fields under, we can have a different material group. So just execute. Let me create a material groups. Okay, first just go to the new entries, give the material group as 0001. So this is I am using as this is I am using for consumption. This is for receiving electronics. We can also do like this, control Y and just drag up or bottom, and you just select copy, control C, and you can paste it here. Okay, by doing that also you can do. So see here, I have maintained for one one material group. Okay, so one material group. See here, I have maintained the 5 material groups. Sorry guys, no need of this. Okay, just leave this step. If I tell like this, then you guys will get confused. So I'll just tell like this. So here, account category reference, where one account category reference, we can have multiple valuation classes. Okay, you just save it and go back, and you can see the what we call the material valuation classes which we have created. Okay, so just go back, and material type and account category reference, third step. Third step is material type, account category reference. So here what we will do, so here we are linking the account category reference to material type. Okay, so let us go to the position and give the material type as ROH and give the account category reference which we created. Okay, what is the material account category we created? 1011, right? So just give that and click enter and save. So here what we do, so here what we have done, here we have linked, sorry, here we have linked material type with account category reference. Okay, here we will link account category reference with material type. Okay, so keep in mind, here what we have performed, we are linked material type with account category reference. Here it at the valuation class, what we did, here we linked valuation class with the account category reference. Here what we performed, valuation class with account category reference. So here see, at the valuation class what we did, we have done a linking. Okay, we have done the linking. What we have linked valuation class with ACR. Here what we have done, here also we have done the linking with account category reference. Okay, so here you can see, here the common part is account category reference and ACR is account category reference. So let us say account category reference is a mediator between the material type as well as valuation classes. So we can't assign material type directly to the valuation classes. So that's the reason we are maintaining the account category reference to get the valuation classes. Okay, so that is the performance, that is the activity we have done here. Okay, so next step, just go back and see here, define account grouping for movement types, execute. So here we won't do anything, SAP is already predefined all the movement types. Predefined the movements and the transaction key, and most cases we won't create any movement types, new movements. And if you want to create the movement types, you know, you can use the transaction code OMJJ. Okay, to create new movement types, generally we won't create, guys. 99.9% cases generally we won't create, but I have seen a few scenarios, few people are created. Okay, so you know, generally we won't create 99%, 9%, 99.9%. So to create, if you want to create, we can use the transaction code you know, OMJJ, create a new movement types. What is the transaction code? OMJJ. If they ask you in the interview what is the transaction code to create a new movement type, tell OMJJ as will be used to create a, you know, to create a new movement types. Okay, so here the what is the purpose of you know, what is the purpose of this activity, we'll see here. So here this is the movement type. Okay, don't worry what is the movement type, everything you will learn. Okay, but as of now you just remember what I'm saying. So here see here, so each movement type is assigned to the transaction keys, and also you can see the account modifiers. Okay, so how, you know, usually 101 movement type will be used to used for goods received for purchase order. For example, let me tell you like this. For example, okay, we have movement types. Let me give you like this. Movement types. Okay, so we have movement types 101. Okay, 101 will be used for goods received for purchase order. Goods received for purchase order. I will explain what is goods received for purchase order. 102 is for reversal. Okay, what is reversal? I will tell you. So 103 is for GR blocked stock. They will ask you what and all the tell me if they ask you about the movement types, you have to tell we have many, but I am mentioning here only few. Okay, 105 release GR blocked stock. Blocked stock. Okay, likewise we have many like 107, 109, 107 is evaluated, 109 is for like this we have many movement types. Okay, so each movement type will perform one activity. So what is the activity they will do? So 101 will be used to create a goods receipt for purchase order. So whenever we are doing a 101 goods receipt for purchase order, one GL account will hit. Okay, we are receiving the material from the vendor and we have to maintain some data. Okay, so for that one GL account will hit. GL account will hit, right? So for this reversal also, not like this. 201, will use for a goods issue for the cost center. Goods issue for cost center. Okay, see, whenever issuing the goods, then one GL account will hit when we are doing the MIGO. Okay, so this behavior of the movement type will be defined here. Okay, so here in this step, the behavior, how it's behaving, sorry. So whenever we are creating a goods receipt for purchase order with this movement type, we have a like what we call sorry.
The invoice receipt.
Yeah, okay. This is the right thing to explain. Sorry. So here, see here, that one. So what is the activity of 101? Goods receipt for purchase order. It will be created by using the movement type 101. We can create a goods receipt for purchase order. By using 102, that will be used for the reversal. So these activities, the behavior of the movement types will be defined here. Okay, so 101. So what the activity they have to perform, these and all will be defined here. So we won't do any changes. You just keep it in mind. Okay, here if they ask you something and you tell here the activity, the nature of the movement types, the behavior of the movement types will be decided at the defined accounting group for the material type. Okay, so configuration automatic posting. So here so here we will post the GL accounts. Here we will post the GL accounts. For example, let us go to BSX. This is the BSX. This is the account modifier. Transaction key. What we call a transaction key. Okay, this is the transaction key. Okay, just double click and give the chart of account. Chart of account as international. So here you can find, and I'm just giving directly INT International. Click enter. Okay, see here, account modifier. What is account modifier? It is the valuation group code. I explained at the beginning. See, I told you. See here, valuation grouping code is also called as account modifier. Okay, see here what happened? Valuation grouping code. Valuation grouping code is nothing but the account modifier. Sorry, valuation grouping code is nothing but a valuation modifier. So what is the valuation grouping code we have maintained? We'll see here. What is the valuation grouping code we maintain? 1000, right? 1000. So give the valuation modifier, that is a valuation grouping code. Okay, and valuation class, what is the valuation class we maintained? 1313. Okay, so give the account as this account number, GL account. This is the GL accounts. Okay, we'll get it from the FI consultant. Just click enter. Not defined.
So valuation class is 1000, 2000, 3000 like this. Hello? So, so can you hear me? Hello?
Oh, sorry, valuation class. This is the valuation class. I'm extremely sorry, guys. So what is the
Uh,
valuation classes we have maintained?
1000, yes, sir.
1000. Okay, 1000 is for received. Okay. Okay, I have maintained here. Let me go. Well, modifier is 1000. Valuation class is 1000. Where it is? Yeah. See, this one is for this for receiving, right? 1000. Let me go and show you. Show in the screen. So see here, 1000 we have used valuation class. We used for consumption for electronics. Okay, so I have maintained for the consumption. Now I'm saving. So 3000 account we have maintained. Okay, let me go to the screen, and so can see here posting only possible in the period of 2020, and this is the error we are getting. So we need to perform an activity is called posting periods activity. Okay, so I think it's not the better way now. I'll just go to Migo and I will create one PO and I will show you ME21 and this is the creation of PO. Just I'm just showing for the understanding. I will explain. There are few configuration things we need to perform while creating a purchase order. Okay, that and all I will show. Just see here what I'm doing. Okay, I will explain. Don't think about it. I'll just explain. I'll fiscal year controllings I have to perform. This is the IDS server. Okay, guys, we'll do one thing. We will just wind up for today's class, and we have performed the configuration settings for the automatic account determination, and the results I will show tomorrow, because I need to perform few settings. So that's the reason. If I do all these errors now, then it will take time. If it is in a real server, we won't get all these things. So this is the IDS server, so I need to do some settings. So what I will do, we will wind up for today's class, and it's been almost 2 hours, and we'll do one thing. We'll just catch up tomorrow. Okay, you just do in the meantime, you just go through this video. I will send by the evening. Don't waste your time. Okay, you will get confused.
Okay, sir.